Yeah.
Manny Jacinto, welcome to Paano Ba To?
Oh, thank you. How do you do that?
Yes! Galing ng Tagalog. I have been hearing you speak a lot of Tagalog in your Manila trip so far.
I was told to say zakto lang. That's
Sakto lang, yeah,
Yes.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I want to start with a few icebreakers because this is the very first time that we're meeting.
sure.
Connected to the plot of Freakier Friday, I've read an answer of yours to this, but right now I want to ask you, who would you switch bodies for a day?
Oh, I mean, right now, I'd probably switch with anybody that's sleeping. Yeah. That would be great.
Yeah,
But I mean, my answers before have been,
I read BTS.
yeah, BTS.
Does that still hold true?
Yeah. Probably any of them, but probably Jungkook if anything, because I think he's the best dancer. But yeah, anybody from BTS, 100%.
Yeah. I did read that because you are a dancer, you wanted to know what it must feel like to be them dancing on stage.
Yeah.
Jungkook, he's my bias too.
Yeah, he's so good. I have a theory that maybe we trained together around the same time in LA.
Really?
Possibly, because I was there in 2012 and maybe he was too. But I don't know. But I will say yesterday when we did the mall event
Yes.
here in the Philippines, I did feel a little bit like a K-pop idol walking through the mall and having all the security around me. It felt very scary.
Scary.
Yeah.
Because
Just like having so many people around you and it was cool but very overwhelming.
Because you mentioned that, I do have a side story. I'm
Please.
good friends with someone you met in LA. His name's Enchong D. He's a Filipino
Yeah,
actor. And
totally.
he said that you have no idea how much of a big deal you are here in Manila.
I know. I mean,
But now you do have a better idea.
Oh yes, yeah. I mean, I guess so. It's either that or Disney just paid a bunch of people to be there. Yeah, which is
Disney is very, very powerful, but that's
Yeah.
all you. Filipinos love you. I'm sure
thank
you
you.
know that by now. So yes, you are a very big deal here.
Thanks, Bianca.
With that, I wanted to ask, what do you think is your most Pinoy trait, mannerism, or habit? Any?
Oh man. The smallest things. Like I would say.
You know, like that. Alam mo yan?
Yes, that or the classic. Things like that.
Yeah.
But even common sayings like take a bath. Like you don't really take a bath. It's like you take a shower. Like I remember growing up, things are like open the lights or like
Yeah.
things like that. Or like even just like everything that comes down to the food.
Yeah.
I like things that are sweet. I think a lot of Filipino food, there's this sweetness to it, like
Yes.
Filipino spaghetti,
Yes.
things like that.
Oh, so you like your spaghetti sweet?
Yeah.
Oh, that is very Pinoy.
And just, if you want a good answer, it would be like my work ethic. I feel like, Filipinos have a really strong work ethic,
Yes.
but so many traits.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. How about this? What is a Canadianism that you still say a lot that sometimes people in LA don't understand?
Sometimes I'll say, oh, that's cool, eh? Like the A. Like,
Okay.
I think Canadians are known for the A at the end of sentences. I guess we're known for being a bit more kind or nice, I guess. I think it's more so you're just being passive aggressive, but yeah, I think the Canadianism of being kind.
Yeah.
There's that. I think a good number of things. But more so it's my demeanor. I think that people kind of see different than maybe American.
That's interesting. Okay, I have a next one. How did you really feel when you first read the now iconic tweet of Lin-Manuel Miranda? May I quote, "Manny Jacinto is so handsome that when his pic popped up in this link, I murmured, that can't be right." out loud. How did you really feel when you first saw it?
I mean, it's how I feel right now as you say those words. I just start sweating and start squirming in my chair, wanting to get out of here. But I mean, I've met Lin numerous times, and he's so nice. Again, he's a stud himself, so it's a huge compliment. But yeah, he did not have to say that.
You did have a few back and forths after
Yes.
that as
Yeah.
well.
He's the best.
Who, aside from Kaimir or the stranger, not allowed to answer them, is your all-time favorite character in Star Wars?
Oh wow! Other than my characters,
Yes, of course.
I mean, I love. I think I modeled a good amount of my character, his movements with Darth Maul. Even though you don't really get to, hear him talk as much, like just his presence
Yeah,
was so impactful.
yeah.
Yeah. So Darth Maul is the first one off the top of my head that I can think of that, just really made an impact in terms of like badass Sith Lord.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was such a cool role.
Yeah.
Great job. Last, because you are a dancer before
Yeah.
you became an actor, what is one dance choreography that you've seen in recent years that made you go, wow?
Oh wow. I mean, whenever I watch the the Super Bowl halftime show, I always look at the dancers. Obviously Kendrick's show was incredible. But the thing, I think the thing about Kendrick though, it's like you can't help but pay attention to him, so you're so focused on him. What I loved about, I think it was Rihanna's Super Bowl halftime show. I think the dancers were really, and the dancing was really highlighted.
Yes.
So that was one of the, I think, in recent memory, the last times where I was just like, I needed to watch that over and over again.
Again,
Yeah.
right? Like, how are they doing this?
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that you're still able to be close to your dance roots, especially in this film. Congratulations on
Thank
Freakier
you.
Friday, out now in cinemas everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw a clip of you enter a cinema here in the Philippines, and
Yes.
you said that it's the first time you entered a cinema for your film that the people looked like you.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that feel like?
Oh man, I'm getting goosebumps just by you saying that. It's it's not always the case. When I obviously growing up in Canada and in Vancouver and in America now, obviously it's diverse, but it's so it's such an overwhelming positive feeling seeing smiling faces, looking at you, like waiting to watch a project that you're so proud of, and I hope we represented well in this film, and I hope to continue to represent well, and it means the world.
Yeah.
I think that's what it really comes down to. It's like, Hollywood is cool and all that stuff. Swinging a lightsaber is cool, but I think at the end of the day, the most impactful and most gratifying thing for me is seeing Filipinos smile and be proud and getting to see themselves in a positive light.
Yeah, it's incredible representation, even in the littlest things. I don't believe this is a spoiler, but there is a scene where your parents come to the rehearsal dinner and there's this mano po situation happening. And for Filipinos to see that on the big screen in a huge franchise such as Freakier Friday, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's again, like you said, the smallest things mean so much, and hopefully we can continue towards that.
Eric is I would say a walking green flag.
Okay.
I mean,
Nice.
for him to be that patient, that understanding,
Yeah.
that grounded, despite the crazy things happening with the four
Yeah.
women in this film, I was curious, how similar would Manny be to Eric? Would you have made the same decisions, the same?
I mean, no, I will say he is not, will not be the best cook. Definitely not a good cook. But I think in terms of his heart, like, him caring for his family, I think that's where our similarities very much lie. We have the same compass that way. Like, we very loyal, very much hold dear our tribe, and yeah, I think that's where we find ourselves very similar.
Yeah.
The love that we have for our loved ones.
Yeah. And I feel like one similarity and something I kept reading in your interviews was that obviously Eric is someone who is not afraid of being around strong, independent women. And you
Yeah.
as well, you always give credit to the women who have paved the way for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's the truth. Yeah. I mean, obviously, there have been men that have, given me steps as well, but like, it's the women. It's the women that like have definitely seen past my previous work, and they're like, I don't care what he's done before. Like, I see his talent in this moment right here, right now, and I want to highlight that. And,
Yeah.
it's I have to give them credit because it's the truth.
It's so refreshing to hear you say that, and especially again with a role like Eric, because right now there's so much talk about toxic masculinity
yeah.
and role models for young guys. And here, you're such a strong father figure. You're a strong Asian representation. But
Yeah.
aside from that, like I said, it's a patient guy. It's not someone throwing around his pagka-alpha just to assert himself, right? How does it feel to play that kind of a character?
It feels, I feel good coming into interviews or like talking about the character because of that. But again, I have to give credit to like Nisha, our director, and our writer Jordan, who have created these characters and have basically created a character that I can step into, that I can feel good about.
Yeah.
I think even throughout the process, obviously in the first one, there are certain tropes that were like looked down upon, especially during these times. And with Nisha as our captain, she was always making sure that, let's stay away from that kind of trope or stereotype for this one. So again, I guess what I'm saying is that I had a lot of help in terms of crafting a character that can be a positive influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than anything, I think it's such a positive character that a lot of not just guys but girls can look up to as well. Because you mentioned your director, I did read a quote that she said about you. She said, he is one of those rare artists that can do this earnestness that you believe. He can do comedy, he can do drama, and when I realized the breadth of his talent, we just kept asking him to do more.
Oh, wow. Aww. I paid Nisha to write that quote. Yeah. I gave her 1 million pesos just for this interview. No, yeah, she's the best. I don't know what to say. She's like such a champion for not only people of color, but for women. And she is very cognizant of like the Asian male stereotype as well. So I just wanted to do my best, and a lot of that came from because I saw Nisha wanted to do her best as well. Yeah, it's very nice for her to say. I hope we can collaborate more and more in the future, if anything. But it's very nice for her to say.
In an interview with Vogue Philippines last year, you mentioned that you sort of still had this uneasiness claiming leading man in your sites. But like you said that you have to because you have to champion yourself. Are you more at ease with it now, especially with this film out? And yes, you are the leading man.
No.
Still
well,
not.
I mean,
Still working on it.
Yeah, I think it's very Filipino maybe to like put your head down, do the work, let the work show, speak for your reputation as opposed to talking about it.
Yeah.
That was definitely one of the traits that I have learned from, my Filipino culture, from my parents specifically. So I think maybe that's where the uneasiness comes from. But, you know, there is the concept of like manifesting and like putting it out into the world. So I'm trying to embrace it and not also, and we're also, I think Filipinos can also be very, what is it, superstitious. So I think it's also that. But no, I think I do need to embrace that concept and that ideal and keep moving forward in that direction.
Absolutely. I mean, if 2024 and 2025 is any indication of where you are headed, like you said in that interview, you are just getting started.
Thanks,
And we're all
yeah.
here to cheer you on in the next
you.
projects. All right, because this is Paano Ba To, I can't not ask you questions that give advice to a lot of young Filipinos who are watching this.
Wow.
I read earlier good words that your director Nisha had to say about you.
Okay.
And through the years, you've heard good words from another female who paved the way for you, Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Let me quote what she said. The depth of your work was just gorgeous to behold. She said that in 2021 in an
Wow.
interview with you in Interview Magazine.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to ask you was, how have you come to balance validation from others versus seeking it for yourself?
Oh, wow. That's a great question.
Let me say the backstory for this. It's because recently, in letters that I get here on Paano Ba To, it's really about that. A lot of people feel discouraged when they don't get validation from other people. But at
Yeah.
the same time, the more they grow older, the more they learn, oh, you can actually give it to yourself. So how have you come
Yeah.
to balance that?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's such a tough thing to balance, especially in this industry where everything is shared in social media, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, and the internet. I think as I got older, I realized that everybody is a critic, that there are going to be some people that love what you do,
Yeah.
but with that, there's always going to be people that don't like what you do. If you're going to believe the good, you have to believe the bad. And I've learned over time in whatever I was doing, whether it was school or sports or dancing or acting, the times when I feel the most fulfilled is when I enjoy doing the work. So with Freakier Friday, with Star Wars, with The Good Place, like I made sure to be present and to just have a good time during those moments of filming, because I don't know if people are gonna like it or not. So as long as I enjoy what I'm doing, even right here, right now, then I know it's worth it.
Yeah.
And then who knows if people will like it. But if I do my best in trying to create certain characters and trying to put certain stories forward, I'll have no regrets.
Yeah.
And that's all I can ask for.
That's such a good reminder, because a lot of times, whatever industry we're in, right, when we're doing the thing, we're thinking of what will come out of it or
Yeah.
what people will say. But if
For
the
sure.
doing is rewarding in itself,
Yeah,
everything's a bonus,
absolutely.
sort of.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to implement.
Yes,
a lot
easier
of
said than
times.
done.
Yes. But honestly, if you can just find joy in the work,
Yeah.
and if you can just continue to like improve in the work, people will take notice.
Yeah.
People will be like, oh, I want to see that guy do that thing again. And
Yeah.
eventually people will be like, oh, let me pay that girl or guy to do that thing again. And then it'll just build itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about going out of the box that people put you in. Because someone listening to this, they may not be an actor, but they are limited by what people think of them.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to a young Filipino sort of struggling with that right now?
Delete your social media. Yeah. I mean, maybe that, but I think what it is in every industry that I've been into, again, it kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, a lot of people come into it with the wrong mindset. Like, if you really believe in what you're doing, just focus on the work. If you want to break out of that box, like, don't worry about what people are saying. Don't worry about the reviews and it's easier said than done. Don't worry about the external noises, even what your parents might say. Because for a long time, I didn't even let my parents know that I was dancing or acting. I just kind of kept it a secret and explored it. And then eventually they found out because I don't know how they found out, but they eventually did, and they became supportive because they saw how passionate I was about it. But just, block out the noise. Hence why I say delete social media, because it's so much noise.
Yeah.
But block out the noise and just focus on what you're passionate about. Focus on the work.
Yeah, it may sound drastic, but I'm sure that is very, very helpful to anyone who actually might be able to do it. And I think that it also applies to like how you've career shifted in your life. You were a civil engineer.
Yeah.
That's what you studied for, and then went to dancing, and then went to acting. And like you said, actually it's been consistent. Just do the work. We may keep our head down when you do the work, but just keep doing the work.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask quickly about love and relationships, because you are in a very committed long-term relationship. And a lot of times, people struggle with balancing ambition and taking care of a relationship, because that sort of happens at the same time, right? You're like hustling, but also trying to nurture a loving relationship.
Oh, wow.
How do you do that?
Well, it helps that my wife is also an actor, so she understands the dynamics of being away for so long, the long hours, being intimate with other people on screen. That's a big one, I think, for other people who aren't within this industry or that aren't actors. But I think it all comes down to communication. And I think, looking at my parents, they weren't the best at communicating. It was a generation of, not going to therapy and just like
keeping it in.
Yeah, not saying I love
sweeping it
you.
under the rug.
Yeah, exactly. So what Diane and I have learned is that it's really about communicating. Like communicating clearly whenever you feel upset, and just knowing that you're a team. I think that the two biggest things, knowing that you're a team and communicating. You want to make this work. It's not, you're in it for the long run.
And it can work.
It can.
Definitely.
Yeah. But it's hard work.
Yes.
It takes effort.
Yeah. It's only when I got married that I understood the phrase love is a choice. Like you choose to love the person every day. When I got married, I'm like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Totally. It's a consistent effort. Like, I mean, I'm not an expert at this whatsoever, but
we're learning. We're a work in progress.
Absolutely. What I've learned is you have to put in the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as a last question, to everyone who is still figuring out life, asking Paano Ba To in navigating their next steps, I'll frame it this way. What would you tell 20-year-old Manny about life?
Follow that feeling. Yeah. I think, growing up in school, everything was very intellectual. Everything was like, how do I get a good career? How do I be successful? Things like that. But I was never in touch with how I was feeling. I always made decisions based on what other people told me. So I tried to do pharmacy or engineering because my parents or my cousins told me to do it. So the only thing I can tell Manny, because I realized this much later on, was that just follow what feels right to you. Follow that passion that makes you bubble up inside and gives you joy, because it can lead to something so much greater than you would have ever thought.
Yeah, beautifully said. Thank you very much, Manny.
Yeah.
I super appreciate getting to speak with you and for you sharing your life wisdom
Of course.
to everyone. Maraming salamat.
Oh, maraming salamat.
And actually, this episode airs shortly before a very special day. So we wanted to be one of the first ones. Anika, We have a gift for you. Happy birthday to you. This is no dairy. It's a sea salt chocolate. No dairy cake.
Thank you.
In your head, please make a wish and blow your candle. Oh, you really need a wish. Yay! Happy birthday! Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Maraming salamat. Paano Ba To is created and hosted by me, Bianca Gonzalez, with podcast producer Anika Neri and edited by Paolo Halili. To be part of our community of supers, please do follow this podcast here on Spotify or click the subscribe button on YouTube, and you can follow Paano Ba To on Instagram, ask Paano Ba To on TikTok, and join our private Facebook group, the Paano Ba To Super Group. Till our next episode, stay super, supers!